Welcome to the Lovecraft Tapes podcast. This is Case 15, The Crosses. I am Jeremy, your keeper of arcane lore, and we play Chaosium's Call of Cthulhu, a role-playing game filled with cosmic horror, existential dread, and the cellophane bag inside the cereal box that, no matter how careful you might be when opening, will invariably rip to one side of the seam, exposing your breakfast flakes to the vagaries of fetid air and eventual rot well before the expiration date. How dare they do that to my blueberry? Your investigators of the unknown are Brian as Ben, Matt as Elliot. Oh, yeah, that's right. Who are you? Tyler? Oh, is it Kyle? You're right. Shit. Why did I say Elliot? And Matt. Oh, shit. Oh, sorry. There you go. Sorry about that. All right, we're good.
Is that better, guys?
We should be good now.
Can you hear me now?
We should be good now. All right, so we could actually do this from the top here, from the investigators. Here we go. Your investigators of the unknown are Brian as Ben.
I'm Ben. Keep on trucking.
Matt as Kyle.
Hey, everyone. I really hate mornings.
And introducing Lupine as Rosa.
Hi guys. I'm cool, right? Because I got backwards hat. Yeah.
Backward hat equals cool, no matter what time period, doesn't matter.
I knew it.
So if I wear two hats and they're both backwards, am I twice as cool, or just one backward hat cancels out the other backward hat?
Could you do like four of them
to go? I can't.
Like a helicopter?
If I turn them, if I one in each direction and I start spinning, does that mean I'm gonna like lift off?
Sir, we're 14.
Yeah. No helicopters, you creepy old man.
Well, welcome, players. How is everybody doing today?
Fantastic.
Besides cranberry on the floor, you know.
Yeah, it's a cranberry bog over here. Whatever.
Zombie. Oh, not the cranberries?
Oh, not the cranberries. No.
Oh, my God.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a zombie on the floor.
That just seems inconvenient.
You might hear them.
It seems
groaning.
Yeah.
How are you, Jeremy?
I'm doing well. Thank you very much.
Good.
Thank you. It's been a weird day. I've been thinking a lot lately about, the fallout of the pandemic and things like, the inflation is like going crazy. It seems to be dramatically rising these days. And that got me to thinking, what's the one thing that you guys buy on a regular basis that now makes you reconsider purchasing it all?
Ooh. Poof.
Because you notice the prices have gone sky high.
I can actually answer that. I've made fun of it over the last few days. Eggs. I've pretty much given up eggs.
Really? So you just don't buy them?
Correct.
I used to tell people to suck eggs, but I can't afford it anymore. It's too expensive.
True.
I still do get those bags of salads, though, that I throw out about 2 weeks later.
Oh, yeah. You gotta wait till it gets all slimy and not nice in the fridge.
And then you still check the date for some reason, even though it's all smushing around in the bag.
It is a solid block of dew. I'll check the date.
That's when you turn it into a lettuce smoothie.
Yeah. So good.
I like.
Basmatic.
Less chewy.
I mean, if you can do it with kale, you can do it with lettuce. Come on.
Okay, Kyle.
Well, guys, I've been thinking, for me, it's underwear. Because, I mean, what's the point? We're already wearing pants, for Christ's sakes. And,
right?
now that I think about it.
So you admit that you're wearing pants?
We caught
Well, that's
him.
what I'm saying. Now that I
Oh.
think about it, why would I even bother
Investigators.
wearing
For
pants?
shame.
Most of our shirts are long enough to cover up most of the naughty bits already. So, but
On my shirts.
now that you mention it, why are we bothering with any clothes at all? Are we
Well,
all
we're
prudes?
we're all digital, so if we don't stand up,
Oh, well, I mean, not anymore, but I'm a little older.
I'm an
than you
innie.
guys. But, guys, I say today we rally together against Big Clothes Lobby and go streaking the quad. Who's with me?
Yeah. What's a
Hashtag no to
quad?
pants.
mhm.
No to pants, baby.
Can we streak in my delts instead?
All
Muscle
right. Well,
jokes.
listeners, if you would like to drop us a letter from beyond, please contact us on our website at lovecrafttapes.com anytime. We accept thoughtful criticism, thirsty praise, and even tongue-twisting cantrips plucked from betwixt pages of an ancient leathery tome bound in sagging human skin festered with boils. My mother-in-law.
Yeah.
But
A heat gun tightens up that skin real quick.
you're lucky I don't have my soundboard at the moment.
We are very lucky.
All right, well, let's take a
I
gander
mean, if you
here.
want, I can get it.
No, I'm good. Let's take a gander
Sure.
and see what if we have any letters from beyond. And we do have one, guys. One letter from beyond.
It's been so long.
Is it the letter X?
It's a very short missive that Bifford wrote. He wrote, "Sad face, gonna miss you, Gabe."
Oh,
That's it. That's the only letter we got. So, Gabe, if you're watching, Bifford misses you terribly, and we'd like to, get your phone number.
It's been a long
He's gone too
day
soon.
without you, my friend. That's all I can say. You won't get in trouble.
All right, well, guys. Unfortunately, fortunately, I should say, this is the part where I say this show is brought to you by our generous fans and supporters on patreon.com/Lovecraft Tapes. And I get to read a really long list of people
It's my favorite part.
because I try to get through it as quickly as possible. So thank you very much. I was just joking about this being a chore.
Yes.
Thank you so much to Jordy Rose, Barry Robeson, Atulia. Hi, Atulia in the chat. Brownie Davis,
Hi.
James Mayo, Chris Parker, Elizabeth Grieve,
Who?
Kyle Sherman, Huge Pie, John Scarcella, The Frilled Shark, Amanda Power, Jefferson Bell, Eric Zane, Oldo Polkert, Mitch L., Lil Rowan Plays, Frank Delventhaw, Eric Phillips, Malambra 57, Snow, Ripley Iwan, Discordiant, Daniel Caprone, Dom Driver, John May, Wouter Vermeyen, Robert Jameson, Boston Harbor Horror, Andrew Petty, Flix Capacitator, Liz Moonberry, Stephen Gregory, Horse Draper, Sheldon Warner, Chainsaw Unicorn, Prophet of Woe, Captain Vashton, who just followed us on Twitch, by the way, Peter VDB, David Winterman, Davinia Von Zarevich, James Brown, Shane Stoley, Ruined Ashes, Ineptus Astartes, Matthew, A.E. Jonesy, Kevin C., Marty Dixon, Casper Ryback, Phoenix Black, J.R., Oddity, Rolling Boxcars, Tran, Sean McConnell, Brindle Stubbs, Jay Clark, Jeffrey Young, Bifford, we mentioned you twice today, Luke Corbin, Holden Omans, Phil Campbell, Justin Lovack,
Who's
Nicholas
that guy?
Hutto, John Konopasek, Some Dude, Kevin G., Mick Cope, Robert Lamb, Jehovah's Thickness,
Hey.
Tomas, Kyrie, I don't know. Benjamin King, Sarah and Wizard of Isinglass, Steve L., Matt's sister, literally, Ryan Hill, I Got Walls and a Roof, Smegmas Grundlegunge, and Jeff Howie. Wow.
I don't know. Howie.
What a mouthful. Maybe one of these days I'm going to revise those Patreon tiers so that I don't have to read all those people.
or record it and then just do this.
Just go like this.
I think it's funnier if I read it live because
I love it because then we can put a little bit of in there.
A little bit of.
With it.
All right. Before we begin, we need to take a quick commercial break. All right, guys, you know how this works. Go to Roll20 and roll me some sweet D100. I got a 28. Brian got a 60. Matt got a
Did I do that right?
65, and Rosa got a Lupine got a 92. So it looks like
Lupine.
I'm selling to Lupine.
Yay! That's a
How's
great
that?
matchup.
How's that go? All right, so let's do this. So, welcome to my cooking show. What is your name? Oh, don't be nervous. We are only on national TV. It'll be fine.
No. Oh. I don't have to say anything, right?
No, you don't have to say nothing. We just follow the things that I do, okay? We are going to prepare some very simple dishes here, and first thing we need to do is wash the salad. So here is a nice head of lettuce, and you must just rip the leaves off the head. You can do that.
This is just a head.
Just the head.
Okay.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay, I'm ripping.
Careful. Now it's a bit of it's a red lettuce, so you might see a little juice come out that is red. So don't worry about that. Okay.
Oh, okay.
You're doing fine. Keep doing.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, if you hear tiny little screams, don't worry about it. We move along, okay? Now, next up, we have what we call head cheese, okay? It's not really head, no cheese. It's more like a melange of ingredients and things. Here, take a little taste. Here's a spoonful.
Oh, that's good. It's good.
Oh, we have a head cheese lovers, my friends. Check these out. It's very good. Yes. Okay, so when we prepare the head cheese, we want to slice on the bias, okay? And that way we can see all the little whorls and things inside that look like little gray masses.
They're not moving. They're definitely not moving.
No. If they look like they're moving, that is just the gelatin beginning to melt slightly. It's fine.
Okay.
You have good technique. That is perfect. Yes. Keep it going. Keep it going. Yes. You want to cut with the knife, put the pressure on the blade, but don't saw back and forth because it does not like that.
Okay.
Very
It's
good.
nice.
Very
The head
good.
cheese.
All right. Now, the next dish. Now, this might be a bit more extreme if you're not used to butchering, carcasses. Now, this don't mind this. This is just a big slab of meat. That's all you must think about it, okay? Now, just, yes, carefully take your knife and cut right down the center line of the torso. Tell me what you see inside.
Oh. There's lots of little squishy things.
Yes,
that I can squish.
that is what we call offal, okay? It's just basically guts. That's just basically guts. But it's fine. It's fine. We take these little sweet meats, these little sweet breads, and we can put them in the fry pan. We have one right here. We'll toss that in there. Yes, the smell. Oh, the smell. It's so salty and meaty. It's very good. Now, but first, lots of people, they don't like to actually look at the meat that they're butchering. So if you would not mind, please remove the head at the neck.
Wait, we're butching meat?
Butching.
I thought we were butchering.
This is one butch piece of meat, I must say. I have to say it. It's right there. So
okay. Yes, it is. It's one thick piece of meat.
It's very juicy. Yes, the juices are flowing all around now. Good thing we had a huge boost board with the grooves around it to catch all that fat and rendered juices. Now, the very final piece de resistance is you want to, before you cut it at the neck and remove the spinal column, you must remove the red hat that it is wearing, okay? The red hat that is still upon its head. Yeah, they hate to get it. They don't like to remove it themselves, so we must.
Okay. Sure. I remove in between. Okay, red hat.
All right. Now this is what we call the long pig, ladies and gentlemen, the long pig. But we have a whole parcel back there. It's just a big basket of deplorable long pigs. So we'll make the best of it.
Mm.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think we have our new assistant here, and we will see you next time on the Make Cooking Great Again cooking show. Arrivederci. All those things that foreign people say.
Hey.
Yeah.
And we're back. If that product or service had a theme song, who would sing it and what would it be called?
Meatloaf.
Keep on trucking. No.
So Meatloaf would sing it, Emma or Lupine, and what would the song be called?
I don't know. How about Squishy Bits?
Nice.
Ooh.
Meatloaf and Squishy Bits. Bri?
Meatloaf, Squishy Bits.
Yeah, keep on trucking.
And who would sing it?
Anita Baker. The two things I can think that don't fit together ever.
Anita Barbecuer.
Yeah. Anita Skewer.
Nice. Matt,
Go get one.
What do you think, buddy?
I don't know who would sing it or what it would be, but whatever it was, they would use it without permission and then shortly after receive a cease and desist from the artist.
True.
Well,
So Metallica?
You know, guys, those are all great suggestions, but I'm pretty sure Kenny Loggins has already created an entire album around this concept called This Is It, I'm Free, so meet me halfway to the danger zone where I'm all right playing with the boys footloose and forever. The Kia Hamsters have signed on to do the music video too.
Oh, I love it.
Oh,
Boy, there's a throwback from 2006.
It's all freaking throwbacks, baby.
All throwbacks, all the time.
All the time.
Oops, all throwback.
All right. Now, dear investigators, we play Case 15, Tape 2, Ringworm Around the Rosie. Nothing much of interest ever seems to happen in the place where you live. In fact, as you often tell your friends and family, Las Cruces, California might be the most boring place on earth. Oh, sure, you've got rivers and creeks fed from the nearby mountains to the hot springs below. Yeah, there are wind caves to the south and Pacific Coast beachfront even further along. No one could argue natural resources around here abound, if you're into that sort of thing. To a teenager living in 1974, it's practically pure torture. You're hovering in that strange half-life state. Not quite a young adult and too old to be a kid. You feel as though you're perpetually on the brink of some kind of discovery. Something that will propel you out of immaturity and into the orbit of forces larger than yourselves. It's a scary prospect, but exciting too. So it is on a June morning, the first Saturday of summer vacation. You wake up to birdsong outside your bedroom window and wonder if today will be the day you finally get to grow up. All right, let's meet our new investigators. All right, so we're going to start this at the top of the round with Brian. So go ahead and tell us a little bit about Ben and everything about him.
Hope I grow up today. It's the first day of summer.
Oh,
Wouldn't it be nice?
would it be nice?
Got
to just
104
grow up?
days of summer vacation. Wait,
Wait, what?
That's enough, sir.
and then school comes along just to end it.
That's true. Never going back to school. Who needs it?
All right, so
Oh, wait,
who is
no, I
Ben?
like school. Who is he?
Yeah, tell us all about him. What's he look
He's
like?
a kid.
Everything.
Well, he's 5'4", sandy brown hair that's just over his ears. Mom hates it. He's got hazel eyes. Hadn't had his growth spurt yet. That's what he's been told anyway. I think my height is fine at 5'4". Says, I'm a little too skinny. That's what Stacy says. Stacy's my mom. I have a small scar over my eyebrow from crashing my bike last year. I hadn't really ridden a lot, and I did get some air off that jump, so it's cool.
It was pretty sweet, honestly.
Yeah,
It's pretty
it was
cool.
It was cool. I'm outgoing and friendly and dependable. I like to figure out how everything works, and I'm always there to help others if they need it. But admittedly, I'm terrified of conflict, and my flight response is immediate. You want me to go into my family?
Yeah, let's keep on
Tell
going.
you a little bit about
Absolutely.
my parents?
Yeah, a little bit of everything.
I can do that.
We're
Yeah.
We're going to deep dive and let the audience know everything
I'm
about
not ready
these
for
new
that. It's the first day of
characters.
summer. Jeez.
Okay.
My mom is the director of special communications. Ben McKnight is my name. So my mom's name is Stacy McKnight. Growing up, I was told that my dad was an important scientist in the German military, so he had to stay there, but didn't provide any more details. So, and I never really thought to ask, to be honest. On my 13th birthday, Stacy sat me down and told me the truth. That it was an accidental fling, and my father, Hans Gruber, had no intention of ever raising a family. Does that make me a bastard child? Yeah, I think it might. So I have dual citizenship, which is pretty cool, I guess. It's the one thing that I can say and people understand when I'm talking. So I was born in K-Town in Germany. So
Kaiserslautern,
Kentucky.
K-Town to you.
See,
So
go ahead.
tell me about the bees.
Yeah, that's the really the one thing. I like spiders and bugs. Worms are really cool because the way they burrow and stuff. But the one thing I cannot stand are bees. I can't stand bees. They're too unpredictable. Like they'll chase you for miles once they get your scent. So you gotta be careful with bees. Worms, they don't chase you. Spiders, they don't chase you. You gotta be careful with bees.
But there was a inciting incident as to why you're don't
Well,
like bees.
I don't like to tell everybody, but I am allergic. You know, when I was 1 year old, a bee sting almost killed me. So, yeah. So I try to keep that on the down low because it's a little embarrassing. So,
Okay, let's go take a quick look at your characteristics and skills. So you have a strength of 50, so not terribly strong. Not
I'm
too bad. You're
ripped.
about average. About average. Dexterity though, you're pretty dexterous with an 80.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yep.
that's your high number there. So
Yeah.
you're quite dexterous. Your power is very low with a 40.
Yeah. I like to run away.
Yeah. So power is mostly like sort of willpower, but also can inform spell use at a later age.
Ooh.
That sort of thing. Your education's 55, so you're pretty well educated. A little bit bookish. Your appearance is 50, so you're nothing to write home about really, but
That's enough.
You're okay. Your constitution is 60, so you're relatively healthy overall. Your size is 45, of course, so you've already said you're a little on the short side. But your intelligence is quite high at 70. So
Mm-hmm. And Stacy says I'm very handsome.
Stacy's not very handsome.
Stacy says that I'm very handsome.
Oh, that you are very handsome. Okay, gotcha. So currently you have a sanity of 40, which corresponds to your power. So you're okay, but you know you're maybe a little shaky on the sanity portion.
Wait, there's bees.
Maybe the bees, yeah. Maybe like you have some sort of just a general anxiety about things. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you always got to be on your toes. The bees could be anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, just basically, having grown up with a father who is missing or not in the picture and had been a mystery for so long, and of course your mom works for the Air Force Base
Yep.
in Lompoc.
Military brat.
Mm-hmm. So you've moved around quite a bit, at least when you were quite young. You've been here in Las Cruces for quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
But you're rather lucky with a 75 luck. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not too bad.
I chalk that up to my lucky rabbit's foot, which I do not ever leave at home.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's talk about your skills for a minute. I'm just glancing through here. I see that you got a decent credit rating. Your mom, you got a credit rating of 45, so your mom's pretty well off.
Yeah, I invest in Apple.
Yeah, more middle class, I guess. She's just comfortable.
Yeah.
Looks like you bolstered your drive auto by 20, so you have a 40 drive auto. So I guess between your mom and you being the only family members that maybe she taught you a little bit. Hey, thanks, Crow, for the bees.
Thanks, Crow.
Tip for the bees.
Yeah, sometimes I have to go, pick her up and stuff. So,
Well, that's why I wondered. Like 14, you're probably, but in 1974, you might be able to get away with a little bit of that. So,
well, all the military guys know me. So, I mean, it's pretty much one road right to her and one road back. That's all I'm allowed to do. But it is pretty cool to be the only kid at my age that can drive.
Okay, we'll let that go then. So we'll say that occasionally your mom will let you drive her. But
I'll drive the car with her in it.
Yes, that I was going to amend it with that. Yep. So you're not going to go pick her up or take her to work. You actually have to have someone in the car with you.
Yeah, unless she like has to like gets picked up. Sometimes she gets picked up in from the house and they drive her to work. Like if she's not scheduled. So then I'll have to go pick her up, but she calls me when it's time to go pick her up. So
Okay.
And then I can pick her up, but I have to be very careful.
Yeah. Okay, cool. And then looks like electronics is one of your passions. So you've bolstered that up to 50.
It's so much fun.
Yeah. So what?
First, I started with worms, electrocution. Then I moved up to I'm just
now we're on to small dogs.
Yeah. He's working his way up to serial killer here. So yeah, it looks like you've got among your possessions here.
You see that, do you?
The 75 and 1 electric.
I have one electric kit. So cool. You can pretty much do anything, really. I could hook it up to the system in the house. We could run the lights. I bet. We had a couple more car batteries.
So sort of in lieu of computer use, electronics is like what captures your imagination at this age.
Computer use.
Yeah, computers aren't widespread in 1974, so electronics.
You mean that big giant
sense.
room that the base has that's full of like those big spinny things? Those will never catch on.
So fighting brawl and all that. Nobody has firearms. Just an FYI to the audience. We've kept these guys as innocent as possible. First aid is 50. Bolster that up 20 points. So that's pretty good. So you were.
I have that because my EpiPen. I have to know to get it in there.
Yeah, maybe a cup. That's true. There's that too.
Yeah.
And maybe you did some Cub Scouting early on. I thought. In library use, of
Killed
course,
a Cub Scout.
Library use is 70. So you bolstered it up 50 points. So you're quite adept at researching things.
Yes.
Yep. Locksmith is 40. So you, because of your dexterity, have managed to pick up some locksmith skills. Probably
the Yale ones are the hardest, though.
Maybe like you keep a collection of locks at your desk in your room and constantly practice at them and.
Yeah, while I'm playing Call of Duty.
Yeah. But it's Call of Duty.
30 years too soon.
Call of Duty Doody.
Call of Duty.
The next thing would be medicine. You're actually relatively adept at medicine, 40 in medicine.
Yep. Again, EpiPen and having to grow up, being cautious, taking care of myself, really. Any cuts and scrapes, I mean, it was me. My mom was at work and I had to do it.
Okay. And Natural World is a 40. That was bolstered 30 points. So, excuse me. So maybe you're also into maybe some natural medicines and
Mhm.
internal
Yeah.
medicines and that sort of thing.
Yeah, I know most of the plants and stuff in my area. I'm really into geology, though. I really love studying the different formations and stuff of the rocks around us.
Yep, science geology is 50. So you do have a love and appreciation for probably the world around you currently in Las Cruces, because that's a lot of rocks, a lot of natural
Mhm.
world stuff. Beyond that, looks like a sleight of hand because of your dexterity bumped that up 50 points to 60. Spot hidden's up a little bit to 45. Stealth is up to 60, so you slink around quite well. And throw is up to 50, bolstering that
Mhm.
30 points. So
Yeah, I'm like a hobbit.
yeah, you're kind of like all dexterity
Whipping those
based.
rocks.
Yeah, all dexterity based. So hopefully that gives people a nice picture of who Ben McKnight is. Let's move on to Kyle Wyndham. Tell us about Kyle, Matt.
Hey, Kyle.
Hey, Kyle.
So Kyle is little. He's a bit bigger. He's still 14, but he is at this point 5'11". Has a very thick, like messy, curly mop of brown hair and brown eyes. Has a very slim but athletic, fit build. His dad has basically put him through all the sports his whole life. He's played baseball, he's played basketball, he's played
All those
tennis,
sports.
he did track and field. And it was all in prep for this year starting high school. Kyle's dad is the high school gym teacher / football coach, so everybody basically knows that he's gonna go out for the team and he's gonna get quarterback because his dad has more or less been training him and boot camping him his whole life to be a great football player because. Nobody in town knows this, but his dad almost went pro. He was playing really well in college. He got scouted the whole 9 yards until one night after a game where a couple of drunk fans from the other team happened to find him celebrating with his friends in a bar, and they managed to drag him out back, and they did enough damage to his legs where he was able to, he can walk and he can, kind of jog, but he doesn't have the capacity to play football anymore. So his dad has kind of been pushing him his whole life, and his dad is the only parent he has. He's, his dad's been really pushing him, especially since mom left 4 years ago. He was okay before, but just mom disappearing like that pushed him over the edge, and he, didn't take time to really say much about it. It was just immediately, everything. He's like, oh no, everything's fine. I'm okay. Doing the whole strong, keeping up appearances for his kid, and he hasn't been the same since. When Kyle wants to escape his dad and the constant pressures of, being good at sports and having to be the best all the time, he likes to sneak away across town, where his Uncle John and, well, let me make sure I get this right. I wrote this down.
Auntie M?
Yeah, that's who it is. His Uncle John and his Aunt Emily. I believe that's what I named her. Live. And Uncle John runs an old garage. Like, runs his own little mini mechanic shop out of his garage, where he's retired. So he basically, he fixes up old cars. He takes in, junkers and, turns them around. And that's basically how he makes his money, is through working on cars. And as much as Kyle pretends that, he's all about sports because, dad, that's what dad wants. Secretly, his passion is mechanics. He likes getting dirty with his Uncle John. He likes, pulling, he likes to be able to get in there and, like, remove all the parts to an engine so he can see, oh, this fits in here, which means this, does this, which causes this to go. And he absolutely loves that aspect of working on cars, is just getting in there and learning all the secrets and how everything works. And it's really his passion in life. As much as he, tries to stick to sports, in reality, when he grows up, he wants to be just like his uncle, and he wants to, go off somewhere where nobody knows who he is, and start his own small auto shop and just live his life fixing cars for people, because that's what brings him satisfaction.
That's cool.
Okay. So let's go over some of your stats here. So your 60 strength, that's pretty little on the high side, but not too bad. Dexterity is 50, so you're not super dexterous, about average. Power is 60, so you had some pretty decent willpower. Your education's 45, so that's a little on the low side. So maybe you're just not super interested in school. Your appearance is 50, so you're kind of a plain Jane. Constitution 70, so you're quite healthy. Size is 75, so you are a beanpole. And your intelligence is 40, so I think you actually mentioned in your traits that you're curious, you have a short fuse, not the brightest, and reserved, but pretends to be outgoing. So that tracks with all your characteristics.
I mean, he's going to be the football star. He has to be, the jock about the school. So he, whenever he's, in school or around, his fellow teammates, it's all, oh, he's really loud and really boisterous. But when he's with his actual friends, he tends to sit back and listen a little more than he talks.
Gotcha. Sanity is 60, so that's in line with your power. 45 luck, so not the luckiest guy in the world.
Yeah.
Starting a little low there.
I got you.
Yeah, Ben will take care of you. No worries. Diving into your skill set, charm is 40, so that's kind of what you said. When you look at public people, you kind of put on a different face. Climb is 40, so athleticism. Credit rating's 35, so maybe you guys aren't the richest people in the book.
We're living we got a single dad living off of a teacher's salary in the 70s.
Yeah.
We get by with what we have.
Okay. Electric repair is 40, so maybe you're really more interested in the electrical systems in the cars, because I see you don't have any operate heavy machinery nor drive auto. So
he's not allowed to drive the cars, but he's allowed to work on them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So maybe you're not that adept at the, like the big pieces of the engine and the pistons and so forth, but you're more interested in the, the wiring and the starting and all that kind of thing. Fast talk is 40, so that's in line with what you said about meeting people. Let's see what else we got here. Jump is 40, again, athleticism. Listens 50, so you do like to eavesdrop if you're being quiet around your friends. Locksmith is 60, so maybe you and Ben have.
That's partially why we became friends.
I kind of think maybe you guys got into trouble back when you were like 9 or 10 by breaking.
I was the one that
house.
opened the car door, and he was the one that drove us away.
Oh shit!
Went for a little joyride.
Yep, that sounds right. There's your mechanical repair. I didn't see that previously. So you got a 70.
It is 70.
There you go. So that makes more sense. I was looking at operation heavy machinery. So you are pretty adept at cars. It kind of reminds me of the main character in Phantasm, Mike.
Oh yeah,
sort of similar. Yeah, kind of the same family dynamic too.
Tall and skinny too.
Yeah,
that's cool.
And then moving along, sleight of hand 50, spot hidden 60. So you're kind of mirroring Ben a little bit here. And stealth 40, throw is 40. So yeah, you guys are kind of in line with each other there. So I think that's probably good. Everything seems to track with that. Okay, so we're going to move on to Rosa Garcia. Go ahead and tell us about Rosa, Lupine.
I'm Rosa. I'm almost 4'11", so almost. But I like to learn about the world, and I like school because I get to learn about things. And I love my parents. They have a farm, and they work on the farm, and on we raise just enough. We have just enough animals on the farm. We mostly raise vegetables and citrus to sell, and the animals are mostly just to feed us. We got like chickens and some pigs and stuff. And my dad, Antelmo, he goes to the farmers market in Lompoc every weekend. And Carmen is my mom. She keeps the home together, and she takes care of me. And I'm an only child. I don't really like to talk about it necessarily, but like I guess I had a twin brother. His name was Guillermo, and when he was a year old, when we were both a year old, right? Because but when he was a year old, he had this really weird illness, sickness, something. Nobody, I mean, obviously, no one really told me anything because they're grown-ups, and grown-ups never tell kids anything. But I don't. I mean, from what I can overhear, they don't really know what it was that killed him.
Weird.
So, and then I also love so I love school, and I love my parents, and I love my kittens, and I have 6 of them, and they're little babies. They're little feral kittens that my parents sort of just allow me to keep. I'm technically not supposed to have cats, but they're like whatever. So the cats, they just kind of roam around the farm, and they're good mousers. So my parents let them stay, and I like taking care of them, and just like bringing them little treats and giving them scratches, and yeah. So I like my favorite subject in school is probably like history class, because I really like learning about like history stuff and like archaeology stuff. But recently I got to watch like my first movie, and it was really cool. And the actors and actresses were so glamorous, and they're really, really pretty. And I really want to be part of that someday. And I know that the film, I guess, film is supposed to be like centered in like Hollywood, so we're not too terribly far away. So I could go there and be part of that. But right now, I just hang out in my hometown with my buddies, Ken and Kyle, and I get a chance to go on adventures. I'm usually the one stopping them from getting themselves seriously hurt, because I don't know if you may have guessed, but I may be the smart one. So but yeah, I just like hanging out with these guys because they're cool, and everybody got a little hurt in their lives, so it's nice to have friends.
Nice.
So yeah, that's me.
All right. And we're just going to go over a little bit on your character sheet here. Would you say that you have any injuries or scars from younger?
I don't have. I just say my mom says I have a scar in my heart, but because
okay.
well, because of my brother,
Nice.
So but he's he was part of me since we're twins. But other than that, no, not really. I just kind of like run around with these kids, and they have scars because they've done stuff
Yeah.
But
Little scrapes here and there. How about
Yeah.
any phobias or manias?
well, I'm just like being. I mean, since we don't know what it was that killed my brother, uh, like I guess I'm really afraid of illness.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the sort of time that you have to spend getting better, and everything can change while you're trying to get better. Like and like one time my dad got got sick, because he was like out in the rain or something, and it was cold, and he just got sick, and he got laid up for like a week and a half, and it just like it totally it was really bad for us. We didn't have a lot of money that month, and we had some trouble, but we live a pretty comfortable life, I'd say.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, your credit rating is 35, so you live a simple life, comfortable for this farm life. So you're not exactly scraping by, but you're not living it up either.
Right.
Right. All right. Cool. Okay, so I think that's good, and we're gonna just take a look at your characteristics here. So
Okay.
strength is 45. You're not super strong. Dexterity is 50, about average. Power, though, you have 80.
Mm-hmm.
That is a huge boost to your sanity, as well as probably among all of you guys.
My mom says I'm a little bit bullish.
Probably among all you guys, Rosa has the most potential for learning some magic arts on down the line, I would think.
Magic missile.
Magic missile.
Fireball.
Education is 65, so yep, you love school. Appearance 60, so you look better than these jackalopes. That's for dang sure.
Hey.
Constitution 50, so you're about middle of the road, so I could see why you would think that illness might be a concern. You're probably always thinking about that in some way, shape, or form. Maybe you see somebody sneeze on the sidewalk, and maybe you cross over, that sort of thing. Size obviously is 40, so you're quite short, and intelligence is 60, so very smart, but maybe not as smart as somebody else who has a 70. Ben, but still quite smart. You guys are a smart bunch.
Just because you're intelligent doesn't mean you're smart.
True. Yeah. What kind of smarts are we talking?
Exactly.
But we're actually going to find out.
Yeah.
So archaeology. Wow. 40 points in archaeology. So that's a fun thing there. So you are very interested in the history as well as history. You bolstered that up to 50. So between those two, you're very enamored of things like Egyptology and ancient burial grounds and those sorts of things.
Native American stuff too, probably.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I love all the stuff that's around here.
Yeah.
Like all the like buildings and all the paintings and all the art that happens in the.
Yes. Okay. And then so boom, boom, boom. Disguise. You have a 25 in that. So you do fancy yourself a bit of a sly person who can get by, maybe figure out how to wheedle your way into conversations without anybody noticing, or passing yourself off as younger or older. You are at that age where you could kind of do a little bit of both. Those are some interesting ways you could utilize disguise. Language. Okay, so you've got library use is 50, so you're also book learned, of course. And occult, you have a 40 in that. So that also helps reaffirm that you're probably interested. You've maybe stumbled across something that piqued your interest in things like magic. And also Ben, does a little bit of amateur magic. That's a little hobby of his. He's very interested in that. And you've sort of taken that interest. Maybe he was the springboard for it, but you've sort of gone down a little bit darker path and yeah, it didn't fly behind you or anything, Brian.
It's not magic; it's an illusion.
It's an illusion. But maybe you've delved into maybe more serious studies of that type. Persuade 50. So that's a nice jump there. You do have the capability to have people come around to your way of thinking. Psychoanalysis 40. So that is something maybe you can help with these guys in particular, calming them down, getting them to see your side of things without having to bend their arm too much. And psychology 60. So that you pick up and are well attuned to folks who might not be completely truthful to you. Keep those in mind because you may have to apply those in a active sense rather than a passive sense in certain situations. So you just need to know when to step forward and say, I will use psychology to see if this fucker's lying. And
no, it's magic.
And finally, you have track. You bolstered that up to 30. So, again, with your archaeology, maybe you've hiked out into these trails a bit and tried to come up with some explanations for a lot of the rocky outcroppings, and the wind caves, especially to the south, are very interesting to you. And of course, you can speak Spanish, 60 in that, and you can also read lips, 21 in read lips. So that could also come in handy. Okay. All right. I think that is good enough for our introductions for each of the characters.
Woo.
But there was something that I glossed over that we need to talk about.
Uh-oh.
You will notice on your character sheet in the other skills, there is something called the reach.
Dun,
Around.
dun.
I had a bet in my mind who was going to say that first, Matt. and it was you. It was you. Okay, so let's talk about the reach. If I can find it here. So the reach is a special skill that only you three have. It's a shared power. You can intuit the general area where one of your fellow investigators are currently if you concentrate hard enough. The second sight is something that you have collectively come to know as the reach, because you're attempting to reach somebody who is not in the immediate area. The skill cannot ever be recharged. So you may not check this box when you make a successful
okay.
This will only dwindle with time. Because this represents your innocence and openness as a child migrating into adulthood. Okay? So as we know, as already adults, the magic of youth is lost to us over time. And
I still hear your voice.
And this will sort of typify that erosion.
Yeah.
Okay?
Makes sense.
This skill check can only be performed once a day. It recharges at midnight.
Got it.
Okay. Meaning that you can attempt it again anytime after midnight. Okay. Now,
After midnight.
So what happens is when you decide to, and it's up to you to make this whenever you want to. Obviously, if you want to find somebody, you could attempt this roll. And if you fumble, there will be consequences. If you fail, there could be some consequences. But basically, if you make a normal success, you can kind of get the general idea of where they're at, a direction, and what kind of environment they're in. Okay.
Ooh.
If you get better successes than that, it's gonna pinpoint it even more.
Okay.
Okay.
Would we sort of know whether they're safe or not?
In certain success, yes.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
Nice.
So you'll get those opportunities. So keep that in mind when you want to know where someone is. Don't waste it because you can only use it once a day.
Right.
And if failures will indicate erosion. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So the 40 will go down.
The number can only go down. It
Okay.
can never go up.
Right, I understand that.
Yep.
Just making sure.
Yep.
Does the person that's being reached know that they're being reached? Because they're part of the group.
That's a great question.
If I'm in a cave and they don't know where I'm at and they reach out for me, and do I feel that they're reaching out for me?
I don't know. I haven't thought about it. What do you guys think?
We're tied together as a trio. I would assume we'd have that.
I would think that there would need to be some sort of conversant activity on your part, a passive thing. So maybe it's a simple power roll.
Yeah, I like it.
Does it make sense to you guys?
Yeah,
Makes sense to me.
Okay.
and if we get a really, really good roll on the reach, maybe like a single word could go back and forth between the group.
So you could have like a little bit of a conversation almost.
Or even
Okay.
like an emotion.
Yeah.
Cave Johnson.
Yeah.
So I'm going to
Me, my family, and my Johnson.
Okay, I'm going to say power roll from recipient equals they are aware
You, your kids, and your
Dance party.
Johnson.
of the probing.
Ooh.
Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it?
Can you feel it? I'm with my uncle.
Can you feel it, Mr. Krabs?
Working on the
Can you
car.
feel it,
I'm
Mr.
at.
Krabs?
I like money.
All right. Is there any question on the reach and how it performs?
That's cool.
No question. Okay.
No, if you decide to make any changes, obviously you'll let us know. But do you have anything in writing on it, just so we can refer to it, like a little handout? Maybe?
I don't know if I have a handout yet, but I can certainly put one in there.
Because I will forget most of what you said.
Absolutely. I'll actually do that while I'm thinking of it right now because I have it right here in front of me.
Okay, cool.
Blah, 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 blah.
Get it or write the handout.
Yep.
Share it.
And then I'll flesh out the whole power thing.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Okay. So there is a folder in Roll20 underneath the NPCs and all that called handouts. I'm going to add a handout and edit that real quick and paste this in here. And we'll just call this the Reach. This will be
I'll let Halo reach.
Halo Reach. Boom. And paste the plain texts. And I need to remove the actual things. And
Not the things.
there you go. Should have access to it now.
Yep, perfect. Thank
Okay.
you so much.
So that's the basic explanation.
Oh,
and once we get the
no.
rolling part, you'll actually get the
Nice.
what actually happens. Okay.
Cool.
All right. So now I need to assign you some secret handouts.
Oh boy.
So I need
Secrets, they're no fun unless you
each
share
of
with everyone.
you to roll luck, please.
What? I don't have any of that shit. Come on.
All right.
I needed a 45. I got a 98. That's a fumble. This campaign's off to a good start.
Well, get the bad rolls out first, right?
I needed a 75. I rolled a 13. That's an extreme anti-fumble.
Fuck you.
No, fumble.
All right.
That's what I said.
Sorry,
with
it's
an
the
F.
green one, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
The green.
Not that green one. No.
Okay. Did I do it?
Not seeing anything yet.
Because I clicked on it. Oh, it's actually a little difficult. Sorry.
If you want, you can just roll your D100.
Oh, there
it
one.
goes.
Okay, got it.
Okay, I failed. Not as badly as
Those guys. So yeah, just say 45. I needed a 45 and I rolled a 78.
yes.
Okay.
I rolled 78 over 40.
Cool. All right. So Brian, you get first pick here. Ben, I'm going to assign this to you. Edit. And this will only be in Brian.
Now, do we have to keep these secret?
Yes. At this
Okay.
stage you can, and then later on it'll be up to you if you want to do it.
Holy crap! I got the
So-
one that says.
Yeah. So these will be this is information only you know currently, okay? What you do this information is up to you.
Okay.
So this will be Lupine. There we go. And save. And then finally Matt.
So it's anything. It's I get to decide what I do with this info.
That's correct. Yep.
So I can put it on Discord.
Yeah. Okay. Wow, that's interesting. Okay, there you go. Those are your secret handouts. Feel free to read those at your leisure and act upon them
Cool.
how you like later on in the scenario.
I like.
All right.
Okay.
Now, finally, we're going to look at some maps. Okay. We're just going to pop into roll
Can
20.
you say map?
And I'm going to go over real quick here just the general location where we're at. First one up is going to be the region.
We'll say bees.
It's going to be B. So in roll 20, you'll see I've changed the map to the region. This shows you basically California, and you'll see a red circle there showing you where Las Cruces is located. So a bit north of Los Angeles and south of San Francisco, San Jose, on the coast.
Out to the coast.
Not too far from Santa Barbara. That's sort of like the big metropolis at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Next up, we're going to move to a local. Zoomed in.
Enhance.
Enhance.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So here you can see a little bit of the Vandenberg Air Force Base to the upper left, the northwest, in relation to where Las Cruces is. Las Cruces sits at the convergence of US 1 and 101. Before 101 continue, actually they both converge and continue east along the coastline to Santa Barbara and all that, and into Los Angeles eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and
where
of
the
course
rest areas are.
Mm-hmm. You see, Gaviota State Park is the big attraction here where you live. Okay, but I wanted to show this because of Stacy working. Your mom, Ben, works at the Air Force Base, which is about 20 miles away. Lompoc is about 20 miles away.
That's why I'm such a good driver.
Right. And then finally, we're going to zoom in a little bit closer to the town.
Enhance.
This actually shows not only where Las Cruces is located, where the convergence of the highways are or is, but also where the wind caves are to the south of Las Cruces. Okay. And Gaviota Beach is where you guys would go swimming, that sort of thing. Okay.
Catch some curls.
From Las Cruces to the beach is only 5 miles. It's just a little over 4 actually. So perfectly within a bike ride.
Oh yeah.
Even
Electric
a hike
scooter.
if you want to, yeah.
Segway.
And then, of
Hoverboard.
course, to the northeast, you can see there's a horse ranch and a falls park. So a lot of, again, outdoor activities, lots of hiking and that sort of thing.
Horse ranch seems to be about the same distance from the beach. From our place to there than that place to the beach. So.
Right.
Hiking distance for sure.
And then finally, here is a close-up of your town and the location of your houses. This is for anybody who's listening and watching. If you go to lovecrafttapes.com and go to case 15, you'll see there's a link to the map, this live map. But I'm constantly updating it, so there are some things on that live map that are not yet on this static image within Roll20. But this is enough for us to go on tonight, and I'll constantly update this as we go along. Okay?
Sweet.
So Rose's farm is located on the other side of 1 and 101 at the end of Gaviota Park Boundary Road, one of the offshoots. Yeah. That's the greenhouse there. And Kyle is a little south on the other side, south of town, actually, but not too far away from town. Relatively close to the school so that you can practice football with your dad, that sort of thing. And then, of course, Ben's house is all the way at the far end of San Julian Road before it turns into the dead end. It's sort of at that little crossroads there.
The ghost there.
Yeah, there's a ghost there. We'll get into that shortly.
Dead end.
And then, of course, there is your clubhouse, which is located right on the verge of that is the boundary of when the sort of normal town scrub leads into deeper forestry. So that is the clubhouse there. And we'll get into that in a little bit. Uncle John's house is quite to the north there, but still, an easy bike ride away.
Yeah.
And let's see what else. There's the Goods and Sundry store downtown. There's a gas station. There's the diner. There's the church. and then, of course, the school, and a ranger station all the way to the far upper right. And then all the way to the east are some cabins that are there for rental. So, okay. And of course, that also shows you all the tributaries and all the different little creeks and riverbeds.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, the hot springs is there to the southeast. And those actually have tributaries which end in hot springs that you can bathe in and hike to and that sort of thing. So,
Mm-hmm.
Skinny dipping in the
Hiking
hot
and bathe
springs.
too.
Hey.
hi. Okay, so that is it. And as far as background stuff, and we're going to get right into it. The only thing I need to remind you is that as you've woken to this beautiful June Saturday morning, the first thing top of mind is you've promised each other to meet at the clubhouse at 11 a.m. to do your usual clubhouse activities. Ben, you wake up and your mom has already made breakfast. It's a little after 9 probably. And so she welcomes you as you come down the stairs yawning in your jammies. Well, hello. About time you got up.
Mm.
Oh, doing the teenager thing, are you? Well, here, maybe some bacon will perk you up.
And bacon.
I lift my head and kind of follow my nose to the table.
Mm-hmm. And there is a big old pile of bacon there.
Rub my nose in it.
There are also fresh avocados split
Oh.
and sort of cubed
I believe
within
it's pronounced
the
avocados.
avocados, sort of cubed within the peel, the shell.
Oh, nice.
All laid out there for you
Oh.
with a little bit of sour cream and a little dollop of salsa in the middle.
An avocado. Thanks.
Oh, is that what you kids call sarcasm?
I just do the hunched over the plate of bacon and eating it and just do my eye roll, look up at her, and then back down and focus on the bacon.
Do you want cream this morning or not?
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. Cream.
And she pours 2 dollops of cream and 2 cups of coffee and slides one over towards you.
Splash, Mom.
Oh, come on. You've seen worse.
I gotta hustle because we're meeting at the clubhouse today.
Oh. You guys just finished school yesterday and you're going to meet today?
It's called freedom.
Well, all right. Well, yeah, child of the 60s.
You say that's what you fight for, so I'm gonna use it.
All right. Well, just eat your breakfast. That's all. Ooh, hang on. I think I got something for you. Finish up your breakfast first, okay? I'll be right back. And she trots off towards the living room, and you hear her shuffling some papers around.
Uh-oh.
And she comes back sipping her coffee. Herb called. He wants you to stop around about 4 o'clock.
At his store?
Yeah.
yeah. You stop off at Herb's store. Herb's.
Oh, don't be a smarty. At Goods and Sundry, you know him, Herb.
I know.
All right. He said he might have some deliveries for you to do. So, don't burn this bridge. These are people we live with. So
I won't.
Appreciate you being on time. Okay.
Okay. What time do I have to be there?
4 o'clock. Here's the
I can
note.
do that. I can do that.
All right.
I grab a couple pieces of bacon, take a couple steps up the stairs. I came down the stairs, right?
Yeah, from your bedroom.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then
Where are you going, mister? Drink your
I
your
stop
juice.
and I turn around and I go back and I give her a one-arm hug. Thanks, Ma. Take my coffee and run upstairs with the bacon.
All right. Well, I'm going to be... All right. I'll be back sometime.
Freedom!
And you hear, as you're getting dressed upstairs and ready to head on out, that your mom gets in the car and drives away. And you remember
take
that...
my pants off.
You remember that she was just going to simply run into Lompoc to pick up some supplies.
She could have just stopped at Herb's store. Herb's.
Well, there's certain things Herb's doesn't quite
Herps has them though.
Herbs.
No, that's where you buy all your reptiles from.
So Ben, you got about an hour to kick around before you
Yeah.
have to meet the guys,
Yep.
and you're relatively close to the clubhouse. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna start this summer off right. I'm actually gonna clean my room up because I wanna dive deep into that 75-in-1 electric when I get home after running the errands for the groceries.
Nice.
So I'm gonna clean off my desk so I have plenty of space.
Nice. And as you clean, do you put on any music?
That's why I need the 75-in-1 electrical kit because I took my radio apart.
Oh.
And I don't remember how to put it back together.
Oh no.
So that's my evening project, hopefully.
All
I can
right.
have my music back. I pull out my Zune. No.
Shit. Your 1974 Zune.
Yeah. It's the size of a Buick. It holds half a song.
All right. So we'll say that because you have no music, you do hear the constant lull of the interstate nearby. There are vehicles that you can hear whizzing by, and because it's Saturday, people are coming and going up and down the coastline. So it is a bit noisier than a weekday, for instance. Okay.
This is the time, though. I cracked the window open. It's got a great breeze.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it's going to be a beautiful day. You can just tell Saturday is shaping up to be very nice. So you finish your cleaning and head out to the clubhouse. Meanwhile, Kyle, you wake up to a silent house.
Silent Hill House.
How foggy is it right now?
For a moment, you imagine that you smell your mother's famous pancakes. But it was but the wisp of a dream dissipating. And now you just smell laundry that probably should have been cleaned a week ago. And the waft of dirty dishes in the sink from downstairs. You do remember that your dad was supposed to head to Los Angeles, but you didn't realize it was today. And you think he said something about being gone for a few days, or was it a week? It's hard to tell. Can't quite remember because you and your dad don't communicate as well as you used to.
Gonna take a minute and just kind of lay in bed with my eyes open before I stretch and swing my legs over the edge of the bed. Just grab whatever pair of pants I can find on the floor, followed by whatever t-shirt I can find lying on the floor. And then we're going to go into the bathroom and we're going to just brush our teeth and, brush out my hair because it can get a little bit unruly in the morning. Before we head downstairs and grab a box of generic O's breakfast cereal because we can't afford the good stuff. Pour me a bowl, open the fridge only to realize that Dad forgot to go shopping before he left, so we have no milk. So I'm going to stand there for a minute, and then I'm going to reach in and pull out a carton of orange juice and pour that in my cereal instead.
Gross.
And as you pour the orange juice into which I've done many times, I've used Kool-Aid for shit's sake when I was young. As you pour the orange juice over your generic O's, your eye line drifts to the answering machine, which is blinking on the counter, the kitchen counter.
I'm going to take a couple of steps over and hit the play button while I'm just spooning orange juice cereal into my mouth.
Orange juice cereal. So you hit the button and you hear that awkward squawk beep thing. And then a familiar voice, comes out of the tinny little speaker. and says, "Hey, Kyle, it's your Uncle John. Just wondering if you're gonna be around this weekend." And what? Oh, I'm talking to him. All right. Yeah, she said. M says, "Come on over for dinner tonight. She's making something special, I guess. But yeah, just be around 6. All right. All right. Bye. Click. Love you too. Click." And that was the only message on the answer machine.
Massage.
Gonna finish up my orange juice cereal, set the bowl in the sink with the rest of the dirty dishes, think about doing the dirty dishes, and then I'm gonna head back out into the backyard to start throwing practice drills because I know Dad will get all over me if I don't keep up with my drills and my skill practice while he's gone. And I'm just gonna do that until it's time to leave to meet up for the clubhouse.
Okay. And sure enough, the time flies as you practice and hit the center of the tire that you're passing the balls through. And I'd say you have a... Yeah, why don't you go ahead and give me a throw roll?
A throw.
Oh yeah, because my first roll went so well.
Can't get much worse.
I mean, it could.
Famous last words.
I needed a 40. I rolled a 23. That is a success.
So the prospect of having a decent dinner tonight with M and John gives you a little bit of excitement. You feel more awake now, or maybe it's the orange juice kicking in. I don't know. And you begin, after a couple false starts, you start passing the ball through. So you have a whole bin of footballs just sitting next to you, and you throw through the tire time after time after time, nailing it each time. And in you grows that sense that if only your dad could be here to see this, he would be so proud.
Use your phone to record it.
Wait.
And of course, the time comes when you got to go meet him. So you trot on off to the clubhouse. Rosa.
Oh.
So you hear lots of clattering and lots of commotion downstairs. Your mom is clearly in full swing with breakfast. She's let you sleep in a little bit. So it's a little past 9. Ordinarily, you'd be up much earlier, even on a weekend, to take care of the animals. And you know instinctively that your dad has already left for the farmer's market with all the wares. So.
All right. I swing my legs out of bed and go. Throw on a jacket and trot downstairs.
Okay. And
oh, mommy.
Well, hello, Rosa, my baby. How are you this morning?
Good. It's the first day of summer. I'm so
excited. Yes. We're going to make so many things together. We're going to do everything. We're going to really shape up that garden, aren't we?
Right. We have so many projects to do. I'm going to meet the boys today. So
the boys,
we're going to have so much fun too.
Maybe those boys, they're a little bit of a bad influence on you. I don't know. You guys don't get any trouble, do you?
Oh, mommy. I keep them out of trouble.
Good.
That's what I do.
That's my girl. That's my girl. Mm-hmm. I know. You keep these people on a straight and narrow, and we'll be swimming in roses, as my grandmother used to say.
Yeah. Just like me, roses.
Yes, swimming in roses. That's what you got your name, Rosa.
And the clones. Oh.
Well, grab some breakfast. It's all there on the counter. I did make some fresh donuts this morning.
Oh, gracias, mami.
Yeah.
De
nada.
So I'm going to load up on carbs and sweet things.
Yes. All the sweet things. And of course, your mother, being the generous cook and baker that she is, has put out some jalapeno cherry jelly that you can dip the donuts in if you like.
Hot,
Just
hot,
for
hot,
Oh,
hot,
yeah.
a little zing, that sweet
I mean, it's
hot.
no ghost pepper beer.
Yeah, no.
Looking at someone here, I still haven't forgiven you for that.
And as you eat the donuts and wash it down with some milk, there you do hear the frequent meowing getting more and more ferocious outside.
Roof, roof. Oh.
Wrong sound. Kitty go meow.
Moo.
Mommy, I have to go with that. Check on my kittens.
Oh yes,
okay?
go. You go. It's your first day, so go have fun.
Okay. I'll see you later.
All
Bye,
right.
Mommy.
Oh, don't
gonna
forget,
smooch it.
home by dark. You got to do your chores before dinner.
Yes, of course. Always.
No later,
Bye,
5
Mom.
o'clock.
Yes. Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna
Love you.
bolt back upstairs,
All right.
put my clothes on real fast, bolt down again. Then I forgot something in my room, so bolt back up, bolt down. Yeah, no. Kiss my mother on the cheek on the way out the door,
Nice.
and go check on my kittens.
All right. And of course, they are all meowing around the dishes that you set out. So you got some water dishes and some food dishes, and they look like they either want more food or more kisses.
Mm-hmm. And I will
Both.
give them both.
Give them both.
I'll
in
baby
abundance.
Yes.
birth them.
Not at the same time, yes.
Nice. So the cats become even more playful and begin to roll around in the sunshine and tangle with each other. They're quite small. They're probably maybe between 9 and 10 months old. So they're still quite little kittens.
Hey,
Not a
baby.
year old.
I think I probably have some like stuff I can, just whirl around in the dirt, play with the kittens.
Nice.
So, yeah, and I'll just play with the kittens and say hi to all the farm animals before I go.
All right. So
Need
you
a
say
big
goodbye
idea.
to the chickens. You have some chickens. You do have some goats. You have the queen goat Jezzy, who just gave birth to some kids not too long ago, 4 of them.
Oh,
And
kids.
eventually they will become
Yeah.
dinner, but not for a while. Not for a while. Right now, as you know, living on the farm, they are more like pets to you right now. So
Yes. I go give them little pieces of grass because
nice.
they love snacks. The goats, they love the snacks.
Mm-hmm. Any tin can in a storm. That's my
Yeah.
philosophy.
And they will, in fact, eat tin cans. So,
All right.
You don't need recycling. We have recycling at home.
This is
Yeah.
all
What's
natural
recycling? It's
throw it in
1974.
throw it on the paddock. Yeah, that's good.
All right.
Burn
Anything
that
else you'd like to
tire, it's
do
fine.
before you meet the guys?
No, just check on all the animals. Make sure, I don't know, just make sure the farm is like, not that I keep it together or anything, but just make sure everything is in its place.
It certainly seems
Is
to be.
anything on fire?
Yeah, nothing.
Nope.
There's no
Good.
explosions, no nuclear
You are not
explosions.
there, so no.
It
All
was
right.
one time, okay. I said I was sorry.
My mom will never forgive you for that.
I will never forgive you.
It was an accident.
But an entire hay bale? Come on.
All right.
I saw it in a movie once, okay? I thought it would be cool.
Steve McQueen did it.
100%.
Mhm.
All right. So we'll fast forward to you guys all meeting up at the clubhouse. Ben arrives first. Kyle, not too shortly after. And then, of course, Rosa.
And that's it. Thanks. Have a good night.
Yep.
And that's our show.
We're good.
Play.
Roll the credits. What did it take you guys so long to get here? It's 11:01.
It's summer. I had to check on all the animals, but I'm here now. What are we gonna do?
Well, if you're on
Dad would
time, you're late.
Kill me.
Well,
My dad would have killed me if I hadn't gotten my number of drills in. He's really whole uptight about this whole joining the high school
He's still riding
football
you about
thing.
that?
your dad, like, what is wrong with him? What? You're 14 years old. You have a chance to play.
I wish he almost went pro when he was, back in college, and
Oh, yeah.
now he assumes that if he works hard enough, and by works hard enough, I mean pushes me, that maybe I can go pro and he can kind of live off of me for.
Oh, yeah. That thing where your parents want you to do what they wanted to do with their lives.
Yeah. That's all
Yeah,
right.
my parents want me to take over the farm, and I just, like, I want to go to college. I mean, I know girls don't usually go to college, but I want to go to college.
You should go to college.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun. And I could travel
I mean,
all over
not
the
now.
world.
Wait till you're done with high school.
Well, yeah, no.
I know you're smart enough to go now, but you
there
should
will
still
be
wait.
there will be time. I will do things.
Well, my
Like-
mom wants me to be a mom. Wait. That's
Wait,
not
what?
right.
Can't do that yet. It's the 70s, man.
Yeah.
Okay, what's on the agenda for today, guys?
Well, has there been anything exciting happening? Like, what have you guys seen? I don't know.
I have this. I know you guys are gonna hate it, but I have this really cool piece of shale I found on the way here. Check this out. Look how many layers
it's
are
so
in this
cool.
shale.
So
Right?
cool.
Oh my god, it's a rock.
That
bet
little
it
tinted.
came-
Seriously, I like this,
It's like the history of the world.
right?
Kyle, come on.
Some people appreciate it. It's fine. It's fine.
I grabbed this newspaper from Herb's on the way here. Maybe there's something that popped up in the local. It's weird things happen around here sometimes.
Did you grab some herbs too?
No.
Herbs.
No, they don't allow
don't
me in the
do
back
that.
room.
Kyle.
They don't, not yet.
Well, I don't know. What do you guys want to do? I mean, we could go to the beach. We could go swimming, or like, I guess. I don't know.
We should definitely patch the roof before we do anything else, because this is going to be our hangout the whole summer.
Oh yeah.
So-
yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
I was
Alright,
going to
let's-
suggest using my piece of shale, but nobody likes it, so I guess
Okay.
we'll go find some wood.
Just gonna start
Well, and-
leafing through the newspaper looking for any like weird stories or strange things that are going on in town.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. So why don't we say, Ben, give me a spot hidden.
It's in his hands. Oh,
Kyle, give me a library use. And let's say Rosa, give me a persuade roll.
for spot hidden, I needed a 45. I got a 74,
Okay.
so that wasn't very good.
For library use, I needed a 20. I rolled a 22.
Spend the luck.
I'm gonna burn 2 points of luck to bring that down to a 20, which puts me at 43.
Okay, and then let's see. For
Use it while you got it,
persuade,
baby.
You did?
I got a 57. I needed 50.
So everybody failed their first real rolls.
Yeah.
Really?
Combined rolls.
So now we all switch what we were doing.
However, it sounds as though Kyle used 2 points of luck to try to
Mhm.
bolster his library use. And we'll say, so that'd be just a normal thing. So why don't we say that you do read a lot of stuff about Vietnam is still a thing that every newspaper is still talking about. And there is a lot of chatter about the Watergate scandal, and that they're pretty sure that Nixon is going to have to beat feet, get get out of Dodge, get out of the White House. But more importantly, you do find, let me see if I can find that particular document. Someone has wrote in and said that they have pictures of something called Tahoe Tessie, a sort of Loch Ness monster in Lake Tahoe. And that, of course, captures your imagination, because if there's anything in this neck of the woods that has piqued your interest, it's recent talk of weird things, cryptids, aliens, even zombies. So that's the one thing that jumps out at you, is this eyewitness account of Tahoe Tessie.
Guys.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Because you're not going to believe this. It says in here that somebody actually got photos of Tahoe Tessie.
Whoa. What's
Did they publish them? Can we see them?
Did they put the photos in there, or did they just write in and say, hey, I have photos?
Yeah, that's just an eyewitness account, no photos.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Like an editorial.
You know, so I found this stuff. Guys, if you like scary stories, like, we could go. I kind of have something to show you guys. Do you want to see it? Do you want to see? It's kind of weird, and I don't know. Like, do you guys want to see it?
Yeah. Now we
it's
have
better than
to.
sitting around here.
Okay.
Unless
So-
Ben over here wants to use his rocks to fix a hole in the roof.
I think that rock is a little small, Ben. Your rock
Everybody
is
says
a little
it's an
small.
average size.
I know, but you gotta like use a pump on that or something, or I don't know.
Like my bike pump? I don't think it works on
6
rocks.
inches. Oh.
Yeah, or I don't know if you could use your camera phone and just like zoom.
Oh, yeah.
A rock pump.
Yeah.
I think we can pick one of those up at Herbs.
Okay. Well, then, yeah. Follow me, you guys. It's not that far away, and I'm gonna take them to the place in the document that you gave me, Jeremy.
Mm-hmm.
Where I found an ammo box in a hollow log in the forest near the clubhouse. And I'm a little bit embarrassed because the ammo box has like adult magazines in it. So I'm kind of gonna go through those real fast. Try not to let the guys see that. But they also have
Why that's put the staple there?
they're all sticky. They're really easy to go fast because you can just But there's this magazine that has like stories in it, like scary stories.
Ooh.
And it has there's like look at this. And I'm gonna show him my sort of favorite story, the one that I don't want to I don't know. It's called Graveyard Shift, and it's about rats, and I hate rats.
Ooh.
But for some reason, I just morbid curiosity. I look at it and I'm like,
Better than
it's
Morbius
interesting
curiosity.
story. Yes, the Mobius curiosity. It just goes around and around and around. So,
Going Mobius.
yeah. So, and I'm gonna ask him. Do you know anyone around here who might have this is an ammo box. Do you know anyone around here who went to war? Like anybody in the army?
A lot of people
we aren't-
around here did.
Yeah. I mean, we're what? Your mom works at that weird army place, doesn't she?
Not a weird army place. It's an Air Force base. But this is really old. I think this is older. This might be
The
maybe 20
story-
years old.
is from 1970 issue.
Then yeah, but the box I'm
The
saying,
box.
yeah,
Okay.
people can put magazines in there from.
Right.
I mean, we found
Nope.
this clubhouse and claimed it, so someone must have had it before us, right? Someone built this out here,
Yeah, we never talked about who built the clubhouse.
right?
Yeah.
But we
somebody
should
must-
fix the hole in the roof, or it's
Oh,
gonna
why don't
get
you go
wet
find a
in
bigger
here
rock?
to bash your brains in.
Mhm.
Good
I'm gonna
luck,
look
short
closely
stuff.
at the. I'm gonna
You couldn't reach
examine
the
and
top
look
of my head if
closely
you
at the
jumped.
box.
Okay.
I know Matt likes to talk right over top of me. I couldn't actually reach the top of your head if I jumped, but I could get like up on the roof of the clubhouse.
Yeah, Matt's like ridiculously
and then
tall.
you
or
come out and take a peek up
Kyle's
to make
like
sure it looks
ridiculously
good.
tall and close.
Yep.
So I'm gonna examine the box that the
I don't know how-
magazines were in to see if I can determine how old it is.
Okay, sure. So actually, you all three look at it, and
Just
it
me.
appears to be. We'll say there are markings on it that cause you a little bit of concern, Kyle, because Rosa actually asked, "Do we know anybody who was in the army?" And even though weren't forthcoming with it, you do know that your Uncle John came back from Vietnam. Not quite the same man he was. Just a few years ago. And this ammo box does look to be either Korean or Vietnam era.
I was
But-
thinking Korean because Vietnam War is still kind of
Mm-hmm.
chugging.
So yeah, you're not 100% sure, but it's so that's that.
Oof.
That is when you hear from behind you, about 50 yards at the edge of the forest, someone going, is that how you respond, Ben?
Yeah. The Canadian
And
response.
a very familiar voice calls out and says, "Hey, you guys, are you guys in there? I think I can see you. Hey, guys, can I be part of the club again? Come on, please. Please, maybe it's summer. Come on." And
We
you
all heard that?
recognize the voice of Gertrude Cooney, who is like the little 9-year-old tag-along who has plagued you guys for many years now, always wanting to be in your club. And she's standing at the edge of the forest about 50 yards away.
Get her. Oh.
I pull up my 9mm. Yeah.
I put my hand straight out like everybody be still. Don't move.
I can totally see you, Ben.
Damn it.
I heard that 9-year-olds
I mean, darn
vision
it.
is based on movement.
My mom says you can't ignore me.
The number you have dialed is no longer in service. Please hang up and try again.
We're sorry. This club is unreachable at this moment.
Guys, come on.
Check back in a
Finally-
week. We've got some repairs to do first. If you bug us, we won't let you at all. So check back in a week.
Yeah, we have to bring this place up to OSHA requirements before we let anyone
We're getting
else
inspected.
in. It's an insurance thing, really.
All right.
Jayco's coming in. It's a whole thing.
Well, I guess you're not interested in seeing the creature
Maybe
then.
Jake from State Farm?
And she turns around and starts
Whoa,
walking
whoa, whoa,
away.
whoa, whoa.
What? Creature?
What creature? Did you find
Dude.
an animal?
Tune in next time as we play another reel of the Lovecraft Tapes.
Where's the creature?
Bummer. Major bummer.
Major bummer.
That's general bummer to you.
Reporting.
Nah, he's only a lieutenant at this point.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Any thoughts about this first installment?
Yeah, there's a creature.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see the creature.
I'm excited, and I don't know, Rose is a little bit nervous to see the creature.
Thought it was awesome.
Hey, it can all be cherry jalapeno jelly and donuts, We got to have a creature in here.
No,
I
no,
want the
I want
donuts. I was hoping you would have brought some donuts. I'm just saying.
All right.
I mean, it's not as good as the orange juice cereal. But
Orange
Who
cereal.
doesn't love orange juice cereal? Come on.
I was going to say, at least it wasn't Blueberry, because Blueberry with orange juice
now.
would have been...
Heaven?
You think we can afford Blueberry?
We're done. We're done.
Was Blueberry around in 1974?
Yes, 100,000%. Yes.
But you could only eat it with orange juice.
Well, it caused your gums to bleed back then.
Yeah, back then.
Blue dye number 12.
You'd pee bleed. Yeah, that's it.
It was acid.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, now it's time for some hashtag recommendos.
Actually, oh yeah, no. I guess it was first released in December of 1973.
Yeah. Now it's time for hashtag recommendos, where we share some of our geeky obsessions. Please roll D100. D-Hondo is what I like to say.
I rolled a 72.
66.
I rolled a 29.
Did I do that? No, I did not.
100.
All right. I don't think I've ever seen anybody roll 100 on
Instant
this.
winner.
At least for the recommendos. Okay, so
Yeah.
Rosa, you get to start us off.
All right.
Tell us your recommendo, please.
Okay. I will.
Lupine.
I would like to recommend one of my favorite books. It's called, hold on, it's around here somewhere. It's
My
called
very
Saint...
favorite.
I haven't read that one yet. Is it any good?
It's a really good book. I just, it takes a long time to get through it. It's called The City of Saints and Madmen by Jeff Vandermeer. You might know the name because Jeff Vandermeer is the guy who wrote Annihilation. # the book is better than the movie. Fight me.
Long book title.
But the City of Saints and Madmen is kind of like it's like a collection of short stories. Like he writes a lot of like novellas, so shorter stuff. And it's a collection of like short stories that all take place in this city called Ambergris. It's a fictional city that, it exists sort of out of our dimension. And his fiction actually reminds me a lot of like this game, not specifically this game, but Call of Cthulhu, because it's just kind of like off the wall and anything could happen next. And you don't necessarily see what's coming until it's already passed. And so I would definitely recommend City of Saints and Madmen. It reads a lot like an anthology, and it's just a really good. What I like about anthologies is you can read a little bit and then put it down, and then read a bit and then put it down. So this is just a really good book, and it will bend your mind in ways that you did not know it would bend. And he has a little Cthulhu flavor in there. And it's just one of my favorite books, and I thought I'd like to share it with everyone. Oh, and then okay, so I have another recommendo, actually 3 more. I'd like to recommend Jeremy and Brian and Matt. Even
Why?
you, Matt. Because you guys are awesome, and you gave me a chance to be part of this podcast that I love. And I've been listening to you nonstop for like weeks. And I'm just really honored to be part of the Lovecraft Tapes now. So thank you.
Just remember, we brought you into this podcast and we can take you. No.
No,
Brian pulls out his 9mm.
you are
It's my podcast. I'll do it.
You are no more honored than we are, for sure.
Absolutely.
We're very happy that you,
Thank you.
So excited.
accepted our offer. So
Yay.
thank you very much. And thank you for the recommendo. Appreciate that. Check that out, because I did love Annihilation, the movie, and you could even watch it, you could realize that the book was probably better. So I would be very curious to read that. Some very imaginative stuff going on there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, looks like let's see, Matt, roll a 72. You're up next.
Oh boy.
Is it a game?
So it is a game, surprisingly. But we're gonna start a bit of a run here. So for the next 3 weeks, I'm gonna be recommending a set of 3 games that are all similar in the same genre, but unique and entertaining in their own way. This week, we are going to start with this little game that nobody has ever heard of called Vampire Survivors. What this game is it's a really minimalist game. It's you spawn into your level and you kind of walk around, and each your weapons that you have, you start with. Everything happens automatically. You literally just walk around. There isn't a whole lot of story to it. More or less what you get is that, the world is ended and all these different creatures from, hell and all the different planes below have come up. And it's, you pick your hero, your character, you get a starter weapon, and from there it's up to you to just survive. So as you walk around your chosen weapon, and there are a lot of different weapons that all act in their own different ways, does what it does, and you kill enemies and you collect XP, and that levels you up. And when you level up, you get to pick either a new weapon, a new utility item, or you can upgrade the weapon you're currently holding to make it better, make it, give it a larger area of effect, make it do more damage, give it an extra projectile. And as simple as that sounds, the more you dig into it, the more addictive the loop becomes. Because you do a couple of rounds and you might survive for a little bit, and you go, oh, okay, that's not bad. And then you go back in with a different person and you try a different weapon and you find, oh, I really like this. And I started out with this going, oh, this game costs $5. How, it can't be that much to it. Turns out there's a lot to it, and I have way too much. For a $5 game, I've spent at this point like 10 hours with it.
Jeez.
Yeah. Like I said, it's deceptively simple. Once you start digging into it, you realize there's a lot of depth and complexity to be had. So if you're looking for an easy to pick up game that's cheap, that you're going to be able to really sink your fangs into and learn all the in and outs and the minutia of builds, Vampire Survivors is a really good time. And like I said, it's on Steam and it's only $5.
Sweet.
You can also play it on mobile. Like, they literally released a mobile port of the game, and I believe that that's free. So you can play it on your phone if you want.
I might download that.
Do it right now.
Okay.
All right, thanks, Matt. Appreciate that. And I am going up next, and I'm going to keep it very simple and succinct. I am recommending a piece of technology because I am an early adopter of technology, but after so many years and decades, I do have a bit of fatigue. So I have to thank Brian for giving me his old 4K TV set, because I would not have bought one otherwise. And I plugged it in, and it just sort of worked. And it looks great. I rented Top Gun Maverick, my very first 4K movie, and holy cow, it was amazing. It looked like being in a theater. It was incredible. Crisp, clear visuals. The cinema settings worked exactly like you would, without any tweaking. I actually accidentally tweaked them according to some website, and I was like, nope, this sucks. Let's go back to the basic settings. And boom, it looks just so much better.
Yeah, I switched mine too, by the way. Thank you for that.
Yeah, back to normal.
Yep.
And then you toggle between the game and the cinema, and it works great. And it also works with my Sonos surround system, so it just plugged in and it worked perfectly. Beautiful. I recently hooked it up to Ethernet because it has an Ethernet port, unlike my ancient plasma TV. And then I decided last Friday to purchase the 4K version of Friday the 13th. And it was incredible. I was enthralled because they cleaned up the original so well. It felt like I was back in the 80s watching it in the theater for the very first time. It was amazing. So at this stage, I am looking forward to bolstering my library with 4K titles, because I do have a 4K Blu-ray player too that I purchased cheap online. And I'm so impressed with the 4K now that I can actually display 4K, that I could actually get those movies. So Appreciate that. And so 4K, I like it. It's
It's
good.
nice.
It's very
Yes.
good. The 4K.
Welcome to the year
I don't want to make you
2010.
sad, but 8K is coming out. No,
No, I got to keep skipping generation.
4K
I'll wait till there's
UHD.
32K.
I'll wait till my brother gives me his old 8K.
It just beam it in your eyes.
Yeah, exactly.
I was just so happy to get that out of my house.
So check that out if you have the means. I highly recommend it. Brian, why don't you wrap us up here, buddy?
All right, let me get the paper.
Wrap us up.
I'm going to recommend a real oldie, but it fits in with our time frame. It's a very, very goodie. Monty Python and the Flying Circus. I started watching that from the beginning on Netflix. They have the entire series, and I believe all the movies as well. You want me to get out? Okay.
That's my silly walk with my fingers.
I know. Haven't gotten to that yet. Very political at the beginning with the war and everything like that coming out. Vietnam and all of that was just starting when 1969 they started. They finished up about 74, 75. So all of their first season pretty much is like British political. So some of it I didn't get, but then they would cut to like Hitler interviewing a soldier, like, what do you say your qualifications are? It's like, oh, this is great. So just all the stuff that I've ever seen, I was probably 14 years old, maybe 15 years old. And I had just bought my first TV, 13-inch TV, and I had rabbit ears on it. And I was able to actually get, I think MTV was showing them at the time. So I was able to get MTV on my tiny little black and white TV, and I would stay up till 1, 2 in the morning on school nights and watch Monty Python and fall asleep to the Flying Circus. So this is bringing back tons of nostalgia for me. But I highly recommend it just because it's relevant today. Their comedy is still relevant today that they were poignant on then. So if you have a chance, if you've never seen it, or if you have and you just want to check it out again, definitely check out Monty Python's Flying Circus on Netflix. Definitely worth it. It is really funny.
Cool. All right. Thank you, Brian. And that's it for this episode of the Lovecraft Tapes. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe on whatever podcast platform you prefer. If you like what you hear, please leave us a review. Meanwhile, you can find us at lovecrafttapes.com with links to all our hashtag recommendos and social media channels, including Reddit, YouTube, and our Discord server where you can chat with us in real time. You can find me on Mastodon at Lovecraft Tapes.
And if anybody wants like some pointers on throwing footballs, hit me up on Mastodon at The Real Weird Kid.
I don't have Mastodon yet, but I'm going to get it because I didn't know that was a thing. So just find me on Discord. I can pop in and give a like on something. Smash that like button.
If you want to join me in looking at a thing in a box, you can check out my Linktree at Linktree/Lupin Vendetta, all one word, and that's where I'll be.
Woo!
Nice. Until next time, roll for rock pump. All right, guys. Thanks for everybody in the chat watching the live stream. Beyond Peril and Crow, appreciate the tips. Very nice, very nice. Atulia,
Thank you.
Hope everything's cool. Hey, I saw Chris popped in there too. What's up, buddy?
What's up, Leafs?
And Enyo, nice. Thanks for watching along. Appreciate all that, guys. We're gonna sign out now, and we'll see you next week.